Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to create a fire particle system that you can see on my screen. So I am going to disable both of my models and we are going to start from scratch. The very first thing we need to do is go ahead and click on create, go to effects and particle system. Now you can see that I have a particle system here. I am going to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl D and rename it fire particle, and I'm going to create a fire parent, and on the fire parent I am going to disable all of the effects. This is because we will create a multiple particle system and you can only see particle system here if you click on that specific particle. So if we have a parent, we click then when we will click the parent, all of the child particles will be enabled and we can see them without playing our game. So I'm going to put this fire particle inside fire parent. Now the next thing we need to do is I'm going to create a folder called new fire, and inside it I'm going to create a material and call it fire material. And now I'm going to apply a texture. I will put the link of texture in the description of this video, and we are also going to change the shader to particles and alpha blended. And now I'm going to select my fire particle, and here in the renderer I'm going to drag this material inside the material property. So now you can see that we have our texture instead of default particles. So now I'm going to change the texture sheet animation. Basically our texture has a 2 by 2 grid of shapes. You can see that 4 shapes in each of the particle. So I am going to enable this texture sheet animation, and we only want one particle or a random particle from these 4 shapes. So I am going to change the tiles to 2 by 2 since we have a 2 by 2 grid. Now I am going to frame over time. So this will basically select a uh, random shape from our 2 by 2 grid and instantiate it here. So I'm going to put 0 and the last one is 3.99. So now you can see that it's emitting random shapes and or different shapes from that sprite sheet. Then we need to go to the shape. So inside shape I am going to put the angle to 5, and I am going to set our start size, that is here, and I am going to change it to 2.5, and then we will change the start lifetime to also 2.5, and start speed we need to slow it down, so I'll put 1.5. Now the most important thing here is color over lifetime. So here is color over lifetime. I'm going to click on it to enable it, and I'm going to click on this color, so you will get this window. So first I want to make it transparent from the beginning, and I will put start color to yellow, and I am going to increase the alpha here. And at the end we also want it to fade, so I'm going to select this and set alpha to 0. Now we are going to add another color here, and I'm going to something like that. Also at the end we want it to go black. Now we are going to change the size over lifetime. I'm going to select it, and something like that. Then I'm going to go to the gravity modifier and put minus 0.05. So this will basically speed it up. And then we want our particles to rotate, so I am going to set the start rotation between two constants, and I will put in start I will put minus 35 to 45. And start color, we want to fade it a little. That's one. So now if we go ahead, you can see that we have our fire, but it's not looking good. So I'm going to change the angle to 5, and I'm going to modify the shape a little bit so that we get this effect. Now I am going to simply duplicate this, and we will rename it white effect. Similarly, we are going to duplicate the fire material and change it to white material. So in the white we are going to change its shader to additive, and we are going to change the color to white with full alpha, and we are going to put this white inside our renderer. So I am simply going to drag and drop it here. So we are going to restart it. So now you can see that we have some. So now I am going to change its order in layer to 1 so that we get the white effect in front of our fire. So I'm going to simply put 1 here, and I am going to change its size, start size to something like 1.5, and lifetime to 1.2. So you can change the shape from this window in the scene directly, and now we are going to change the speed to 2, so this looks nice. And we are going to change the color over lifetime. So I am going to, in the end I will simply put red. So you can see that now we are getting the red effect at the end. So that's pretty much it. Now we are going to add some glow to our fire effect. So I am simply going to duplicate by pressing Ctrl D, and I will rename this fire glow. Now similarly we are going to duplicate our material and rename it to glow material. Now I am going to select our glow and go to renderer and change the material to default particle material. So now we are going to disable the texture sheet animation since we don't want it for our glow. Now we are going to change the start size. So start size to something 4.5. So in order to see these effects you need to restart it. So start speed should be, I think, 2.5, and inside material we are going to change it to a little gray and reduce the alpha. So now we are going to change the size over lifetime. So I am going to go to size over lifetime, and I am going to set the value from 0.2 to 0.8 at the end. So now we are going to change its start color to a little higher. You can play with these values and see which looks nice. Now we are going to add some sparkles. So I am going to first restart it. Now I am going to select the fire glow and duplicate it, and I am going to change the start color to white, and we are going to set the rotation to constant, that is 0, and we are going to change the emission since we want more sparkles, so we are going to put 50 in here. And the most important thing is noise, so now we are going to enable it. So after enabling noise, and also first we need to change the its size. So we are going to say start size and random between two constants. So we want small particles, so I will simply put 0.152 to 0.25. So now we are going to select the shape, and angle will be 12, and radius we want to 0.25, and radius thickness 1 is fine. Arc should be 360, and now we are going to change the size over lifetime, and we are going to decrease the size over lifetime. So this graph should go from top to bottom, so we are going to select this curve. So now you can see that we have some particles, and we can change its size. Let's say start size 0.2 and 0.45, and color over lifetime we can increase the alpha, and we are going to change the end color to something bright like orange. So now our fire is ready. So if I go to game, so we are going to set y to 1, Now you can see that we have our nice fire. And you can also, I'm going to add fireplace here, and I'm going to change its size to something 30. And we are going to place here. So now I'm going to select my sound and drag and drop it in onto the fire parent. So now if I play this, so that's pretty much it. You can always play with these values, and you can get your desired results. Thanks for watching this video.